It is a make-force one, but they have the players of quality. They have Munna on this flank. They have Sohail Rana, who's been so outstanding. Got to use them more. Try and get the ball through to them.
It's Azrul Nizam, who just ran out of pitch in the end. Amali goes back to the number 9. I'm sure that's not where Bangladesh want to see their big number 9 playing his football. They'll want him further up the pitch, certainly.
Also, when we were talking about possession, that's what's more critical. It's about areas of possession as well. For instance, now Bangladesh have a lot of the ball, but it's quite visible that they don't have too many options to get forward with, which is why they'll have to go back here.
Jamal to his captain, Mamoon.
Honorable Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Muhit, who has had a big role in helping a lot of the things which have been made possible in this Bangabandhu Gold Cup.
Because the home side have been offered a substantial bonus to win this. I'm sure they don't really need extra motivation.
50 lakh taka, something that they've already been given for the semi-final, or rather been promised for the semi-final, and 50 lakh more. So that's a combined total of about 120,000 US dollars.
Which would go down very nicely indeed.
I think the Bangladesh Football Federation also deserve a lot of credit for the way that everything has been organized. And if you watched, well, certainly those around the world wouldn't have watched the pre-show, but the president, Qazi Salahuddin, announcing formally that next January, the next edition of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup 2016 will be organized. And he's indicated that there might be more teams. There might be 8 teams, there might be 10 teams. That's excellent news as a football fan.
Absolutely. So much to look forward to, and that was dangerous. It's still Malaysia on the attack here with Shazwan. The captain nearly finding a way through there, Nazirul. And now it goes out of play for a throw to the team in green.
There is the president of the BFF on the left in the black jacket. And what's interesting, of course, Ross, is that as we anticipated, now it looks like Nazrul Naeem is going to play more of a attacking role. We saw him bumping through and could have had his goal-scoring opportunity as well. We've seen in past matches, likes to get inside the opponent's penalty box as well.
And again there, the 2 number 9s, Adam Noor and Amali, doing battle. Munna touches it inside. That's asking a bit much of Jamal, and Malaysia regained possession, although that ball couldn't find Kumaran. And now Mamoon hassled off it. Faizat's early ball in, that will be cushioned back to his goalkeeper by Nasir.
Inayatur Rahman, the top man of Channel 9, and the man who's really made all of this possible as a spectacle around the world. We have been getting feedback from so many people all across Asia and the rest of the world as well, who have had a lot of interest in this Bangabandhu Gold Cup 2015 presented by AB Bank.
Mamoon's long ball. Shazwan gets to this. And Nordin Shawal with the clearance.
Ross, it looks fairly obvious that it's going to be a hard work, a day of real slogging for the Bangladesh midfield in the absence of Zahid. And really, that now puts the onus on them. Can they come up with an alternative attacking strategy? Or will it be a slightly more conservative one through the rest of the game?
Now the referee wants a word with Mamoon, who came in a bit late on Adam Noor. And that's going to be his last warning from referee Ming Sun Yu from Chinese Taipei.
And I've really enjoyed the way that Ming Sun Yu has conducted all his games. He's not very trigger happy with his cards, but he's always quite willing to go and have a word and explain that he will not take any further hard challenges from any of the players. Excellent officiating, because it's always important to communicate well in any relationship.
Rahman Anas to Nordin Shawal. Long ball from Nordin. Kumaran will try and chase this down. He did well to keep it in play. And I think it was Yasin in the end who just cleared that into touch.
Well, the likes of Kumaran as well as Nazrul now will definitely attack, but they've got to watch out for Faizat. He's an outstanding player too.
Kazwan wins the throw. He'll leave that to Arif. Approaching the half-hour mark here. It is the final of the Bangabandhu Gold Cup 2015, presented by AB Bank. Our 13th day of football action that has taken place in two beautiful cities in Bangladesh, as Amali just took his eye off it and in stepped Amirul. Now Kumaran surely caught as he played that, and the referee still with his cards in his pocket. Nice to see.
Yes, just a little bit of a hacking down challenge coming in, and really poorly timed. Oh, that definitely merited a card. Very lucky to get away with it.
I think the Bangladesh defence, well, they will now know about the Malaysian number 12 Kumaran after his goal in the semi-final. Now, what can they come up from this set-piece situation? Maybe a bit far for a pop-on goal.
However, Nazrul Naim, he will always fancy his chances with that left foot of his, although perhaps the angle is also not bad for Adam Noor with his right foot. Will keep the Bangladesh defence guessing for sure.
Well, those are the two options. It is Nazirul, it's a shot, and it's a goal! Malaysia go one up, and it's their captain, Nazirul Naim, who finds the back of the net.
We have been talking about Adam Noor possibly registering his first goal, but what about that for a free kick? That is absolutely incredible. Sohail had no chance. Look at the dip on that. Perfect placement. That's as good as a penalty, really. Right into the top left corner. Big, tall goalkeeper. Guessed right, but got no chance. Hit with power, hit with precision. Take a bow, Nazrul Naim.
He tried that in the semi-final, didn't he? And he was some way away. And obviously hitting the pitch for practice, and it's paid off. Nazrul Naim puts Malaysia one up here. The onus now on the team in green and red. Nasser, long ball. Jumda underneath it, and it will go out for a throw to the team in yellow and black.
Very important that this not only doesn't deflate the Bangladesh team, but also their supporters. They've got to get behind the team, keep making some noise, because it has gone a bit quiet. The possession is also evened out.
Naim Raju continuing his run. That's Mujibur there trying to get hold of the ball, but it was bouncing everywhere, and now Nasser will let this run out for a throw. A bit of urgency now in the play of Bangladesh.
Which is perhaps not a bad result, because it will force them to open things up. Commit a few more men forward, because that's not happened enough. I would like to see the captain on the ball there, Mamoon, get into more forward positions.
A long searching pass from the number 8. And Farhan still unbeaten in this tournament.
Absolutely, Farhan hasn't been tested too much, and one wonders what will be the situation if any of the Bangladesh strikers get into a position to test him from close range. That'll be a close one.
Adam Noor keeping possession. What a strike it was from the Malaysian skipper, Nazrul Naim, on the half-hour mark. First blood to the visitors. So Hale's goal kick couldn't find Mujibur.
They have their support, that I can promise you.
Yeah, hands there.
But tell you what, Nazrul Naim, he has also impressed in this tournament, and if that turns out to be the winner, who knows, that MVP could be heading his way.
Not if Bangladesh have anything to do with it now. That searching ball certainly had Farhan scrambling, but bailed out by his defence there somewhat. Muna returns it. Nordin Shawal's header, and now Faizat. Yassin just preventing Kumaran running onto that loose ball. Jamal. Amali now on the ball. Going for the return. Adam Noor did well to stick a foot out.
Ross, the momentum of the game has shifted completely. Now Malaysia looking quite content to sit back, possibly on this 1-0 lead till half-time. The fact that Adam Noor was as deep as he was in that previous attacking situation, also an indication of that. And that opens up an opportunity for Bangladesh. So it's a very cagey tactical battle going on. Malaysia are effectively just inviting Bangladesh forward. And the Bengal Tigers have to perhaps respond to that. They can leave perhaps a couple of defenders back there, but the rest of them do need to get into attack, especially the fullbacks.
Munaim Raju finds Rehan. They need Rehan bombing down, although that ball only finding a Malaysian shirt. There you go, 15 goals in this wonderful tournament. That's a nice return. Just a one goalless game.
Yes, the first game that we witnessed here at the Bangabandhu National Stadium was between Singapore and Bahrain, but there were some opportunities even there. So young players all around, even Ludovic de Cruyff has a few at his disposal. Perhaps the finishing hasn't been as high quality as one would expect with full teams, but nevertheless, there's been some good feisty football on offer.
Arif Farhan with his free kick. Kumaran is the target, and he laid that off, but the shot was blocked. Now Kumaran again, only managing to find Muna, and now Jamal on the ball for Bangladesh, immediately closed down there by two yellow and black shirts. Rehan bombs forward down the right-hand side. Was he fouled? Yes, says the referee, and Rehan certainly wasn't pleased with that.
Well, I tell you what, Malaysia overall have been very disciplined, but Azrul already has had a few fouls against his name. That was quite cynical, really just came in and used a bit of hand. Had it just been shoulder, wouldn't have been a problem. He needs to watch himself because he is a key player today in the absence of Sharul. And what they don't want to have is him getting booked early in this game.
Mahmoon's free kick. Rehan down this right-hand side. Early ball in. It was Amirul Hisham who got a boot to it. Adam Noor helps it along. Mahmoon will have another chance to ping this ball into the danger zone. Misunderstanding there between Mahmoon and Rehan. It goes out for a throw to Malaysia.
Ross, big crowds can sometimes work against you, and I get the impression in the first 37 minutes today, it has somewhat worked against Bangladesh when they've been attacking, because in previous games, the difference has been the precision in some of those crosses. Today, they've been a bit flat, they've been just a little bit wobbly-legged, and one would think that they need to settle in a bit more. They need to put most of the pressure of playing this big finale out of their mind.
Muna on the ball. Shazwan comes to close him down. Arif Farhan heading that into touch. Again, Arif Farhan first to it. Seven minutes away from half-time here. First blood to the Malaysians. This will be a throw, and Rehan will trot across now to launch this long, undoubtedly.
the set pieces for both teams will be critical. We saw Malaysia score from one, and there is every chance for Bangladesh. The last few throw-ins from Rahman have also caused a bit of panic.
Rahman's throw. In the way there was Nazirul Naim, and it is causing problems to the Malaysian defence. At times, Sohail Rana trying to get to it.
It's those players with height that has been a bit of an issue for the Malaysian defence. And again, Rahman this time will be bombing it from the right side of the pitch.
He's already covered some mileage, hasn't he? Just running to take the throw, and that was Amali who got up highest. Sorry, that was Nasir Uddin, I believe, scorer of the winner in the semi-final.
26,600 is the approximate crowd attendance. I can promise you there'll be a few more who will be queuing in before the end of the day. Remember, it is a working day this Sunday here in Dhaka. So as people finish with their offices, they'll still be coming in and making sure that there's a hell of a lot of noise. We saw some in that previous attack.
Now Kumaran on the attack, and it's goal number 2 for Malaysia. Kumaran gets his second, and Malaysia, have they got one hand on the cup?
I believe they do. I believe they absolutely do. And this is the big impact that Kumaran has made in this tournament. Excellently placed run. Good touch from that before from Andik Shazwan, and efficient finishing, because all he did was he waited for Sohail to commit. As soon as Sohail, you will notice it here in this replay, as soon as Sohail commits to one side, he just taps it to the left of him, or rather to his right, and wheels away to celebrate. Malaysia have more than just one hand, I would suspect, now on the Bangabandhu Gold Cup 2015.
The 18-year-old with a cool head gets his second of the tournament. And coach Razid Ismail, well, his half-time team talk is going to be quite pleasant, one would think.
You won't have a lot to say, that's for sure, because it seems like they're switched on right from the first half. And I was just looking through their results thus far in this Bangabandhu Gold Cup 2015. Malaysia have typically been a second half team, but here they've turned it on in the first half. That's a sign of a really, really competent side. All to do for Bangladesh now.
They do say that 2-0 is the most frail lead that you can hold in a game. But I'm sure you'd rather be 2-0 up than 2-0 down. Certainly we saw Singapore come back to draw level when Thailand were 2 up in the group game. That was a Group D match. Ultimately, Thailand ran out 3-2 winners. But here, Adam Noor caught from behind. And tempers fraying here, Sohail Rana, the guilty party. The referee's going to want a word with him, I'm sure.
Yes, we'll have to look at it right from the start of that tackle, because that's where it really began. And it seemed like it was perhaps unintentional if there was any significant contact, but we'll just have to wait.